Precious. Hi, Precious.
Hello. Hello. Good evening. Good morning.
Good. Yes. Good morning for us. Thank you so much, Precious, for coming. We really do
Thank you for
appreciate.
having me.
And yeah, Precious was with us. I think 2 weeks ago. So, Precious, I know sometimes we have different viewers. Could you introduce yourself? What you are doing? I might touch a little bit of what you spoke last time, and then we'll go into something else.
Okay. Okay. My name is Precious Chilekwa, and I'm a chemical engineer by profession. And
Yes.
for my career, I'm working for a paint manufacturing company. And yes, I live in Zambia.
Yes, no, thank you so much, Precious. You guys, Precious was here last time, but we are having her here again. So we would like to discuss a very controversial topic. It's not really controversial, but so Precious, STEM recognizes a female candidate that that has been overshadowed for a longest time. So what do you think this female candidate has been overshadowed? What do you think?
Why?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I think people come with perceptions. So when
Yes.
but also to begin with, traditionally the way of doing things mostly was that the men used to do the work, the earning, and
Yes.
then the females would stay behind and take care of the family. So,
Yes.
in that sense, whatever means of earning were there, it be teaching, engineering, everything else was for the men to do. But
Yes.
now it has become it has been opened, so to speak. And
Yes.
of course, when change is happening, there'll always be people to resist that change. So when
Yes.
women started getting into schools, they would say, "No, this doesn't seem right." And I think we've seen in history where people are keeping women away from the classroom, or they're just being very abusive. Sometimes even not allowing them. It's a strict. If it's a technical school, it would be strictly for boys, and if it's a technical college, it will be for men. So
Yes.
I think with the change, people resisted the change. And then also, um, when you just look at a woman, perhaps you think they do not have the physical strength, they do not have the maybe even the mental capability. They would rather be more suited to perhaps artistic um, courses or um, forms of studying. So then you immediately just presume they can't do the mathematics. But
Yes.
thanks to Surya, now she can show everybody that math and STEM and everything is also for the ladies.
Yes, yes, yes. And let's talk about the toys. What do you think about toys when they make the toys for girls, particularly, and they make the toys for boys? What do you understand particularly about that? How do you feel when they just make certain toys, and when girls go to buy these toys, they are just focused on the toys that look like girlish, and they don't pick things like cars. They don't pick things like things that look complicated. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Exactly, exactly. Yes, that's been something that has been passed on. Even when making, I remember when making clay moldings back in the days,
Yes.
the girls would maybe rather make little pots, or they would make dolls. And really, it's because of the conditioning that has been happening over the years, over
Yes.
the decades and centuries. It's the conditioning of saying, you as a woman, where you're headed is to take care of the home only, which there isn't anything wrong in it, but that's not the only thing you're bound to do.
Yes.
Because now careers have been opened and there's no ceiling over anything. So the conditioning has been there, and
Mhm.
unfortunately, it's still there even now. It's still very much there, and sexism is a thing that is still very rampant, and until we can prove ourselves, like I remember back in maybe 2016, somebody
Yes.
once told me, as a woman, you have to work twice as hard to just earn the respect that
Can you
a man
imagine?
will automatically have it. And
Yes.
unfortunately, it's true. Often you have to. That's when they'll say that's a tough woman. That's like, and you're not immediately given the respect or the uh, you know.
That's that's very true. You are right, and the notion that a woman has to stay in the kitchen, you know, we can do kitchen, we don't mind. We can do kids, we don't mind. But we also, in fact, I think we may say we work harder because now after doing all those, we still want to participate in the technology, guys. Give us some credit.
Exactly.
And then we also, feel a little bit attacked in a way when we are told that you have to work extra hard to prove like you are a man, you are a macho. Even at work, you have to prove to be more than a man. If you are just within a man or less, you are still nothing. It's something that is very, very uncomfortable for us women. And then we work
Yes,
so hard, in the end you really stress, and they burn out at the end of the day,
yes,
women. And that's why they're struggling to stay in STEM, because you're trying to prove that you can be more than a man, so which is not supposed to be the case. What do you think,
exactly.
Precious?
Yes, I mean, what we're striving for, even in entering a male dominated industry, what we're striving for is just that there's an equal respect issued to everybody equally. And even the expectations are that you will succeed. When you have maybe a male colleague, the immediate expectation is that they'll make it, that they'll, like, okay, now there's a man on the job. So
Yes.
similarly, we just want that automatic um, respect. Of course, it should be earned, but
Yes.
it shouldn't come as a surprise when you actually perform. Because as it
Yes.
stands, it will be, you'll stand out if you perform, and that's because you're working twice as hard, or trying to just break that boundary and get into the conversation, like, guys, I can also do this. And then,
Yes.
yeah, definitely,
Yeah,
it's
no, I really do. I've seen this, and it's just, somehow you'd say it's not fair. It's not that we are complaining, guys, but that's what women we go through. So there are so many, issues that we go through just to stay in STEM. And also, this platform is to encourage each other, women, that we can still continue being in STEM, and also to see how we can maneuver staying in STEM as well. So the other part, Precious, I wanted to talk about is technology has evolved tremendously in the past decade. So if if there are only few women in STEM, how will the future industry satisfy the jobs, the future in the next generation? What do you think?
okay. That's interesting, because I was thinking about that earlier today.
Hmm.
um in my field of engineering, in chemical engineering,
Yes.
there's a section, so to speak, of optimization of existing processes. So
Yes.
if you look at how industries have evolved with technology, how processing equipment have evolved, nowadays we'll have um, every, maybe you're a quality systems engineer, yes. So
Yes.
you see that your plant operations have a system, and all those systems are, they keep being optimized and being improved upon. So we have seen industries shift from manual operations onto
Yes.
automated operations, even to online operations. Now there are some remote operations happening in the industries. So the thing with our role to play, that is,
Yes.
um, and which I think is best suited even to the woman, because we often like to improve upon something. Um, Optimization of existing systems. I think that's what would move us.
Mm-hmm.
If industries invested into their existing processes, to optimize them, to upgrade them so that they're updated to the new systems, to new software, and
Yes.
I believe that's the way to go. If you there's been a rumor or myth, but it did happen that people were afraid that the robots would take away
Yes.
people's jobs. But in a way, that's just moving with the times. That's we
And
need
you
to
know what,
improve.
Precious? If people are scared that the robots will take the people's jobs, the robot needs maintenance. Who's going to maintain it? So,
Exactly.
guys, the best
Exactly.
way is to also enter into STEM, prepare our
Yes.
generation for the next generation. Trust me,
Yes.
even if technology is evolving, as you know, as she mentions, people thinking the robot will take our jobs. The robot will need maintenance. The robot will need innovation. The
And
robot would need
programming. Mm.
programming. Yes, the robot would need. And you guys, the robot, that robot needs a lot of things at the background. I can't even
Exactly.
imagine if I can start explaining what's behind what you see, guys, because what you see, it's the interface, human interface on the other side. A lot of technology. Talk about you go at the ATM, you are stopped at the lights. um Guys, the newest cars that is being made right now, you think that Tesla will be made by itself, by a computer making it that good? Guys, there is a lot of work that is needed. They need engineers, they need scientists, they need chemical engineers, they need a lot of manpower behind that technology. So that's
Mm.
why we are here, on this platform saying, guys, let's hump on this STEM thing, because in the next future there will be so many jobs. As I'm talking with Precious right now, technology is evolving, and when it evolves, it means it will also require so many people to work with.
To move.
What do you say?
Yes.
What do you say, Precious?
Yes, exactly. And I think that's where STEM will forever be a standing career, so to speak, because
Yes.
we'll always need to make things. We'll always need to use things. We'll always need, because now I could say the global um, in community is dependent on the internet. So we'll
Yes.
always need internet systems, and we'll always need them to be improving, If you look
Mhm.
at how, in a simple way, how social media was in 2015, which is
Yes.
just 6 years ago, it's very different from now.
Mhm.
Now, imagine if we resisted the change back in 2015 and said, no, we just want things to be just like this, it will take our jobs, then we're not moving with the times. We need to evolve
No,
and not be scared of change.
change and innovation also. Change is good, guys. Change brought vaccine for COVID. So change is
Exactly.
good. Change is good. It brings innovation. That's why we're able to fly from United States to Africa in 15 hours now. Remember, we used to fly. I
Exactly.
always talk about this because I'm in planes. We used to fly 18 hours. Now we have come down to 15.
Okay.
Now they also want to bring it down, guys. I want to come to Africa like just like this. It's a pain. So wherever there is
Inhabit.
a pain, yes, every even coming to have lunch, guys. What do you think? Leave a comment, guys. Leave a comment. Feel free to comment there, guys. We are here. We are, comment, ask anything that you want. So, it's very interesting, that in the next, I'm very excited in the next future, in the next 100 years, guys. I don't know where we're going to be, but it will be a marvel to watch. So let's prepare our kids, let's prepare our neighbors. We need each other for for this technology endeavors to keep going. I need you guys. We are here together. There's nothing that
Me
you can do by yourself. We need each other to keep going and keep going. So Precious, thank you so much. I really do appreciate. I enjoy, talking to you and just
Thank you so much for having me.
integrating, popping all those technology to to share with our viewers. Thank you so much. So my
Thank
next
you so much.
viewer is going to be Mukosha. Mukosha, are you there?